Hey guys, I'm going to do my very first Witchy haul video, and I'm excited to say the vast majority of it is Morrigan related or Morrigan related in my mind. Again, I'm the roller derby witch. You may call me Rage Against the Machine, bitch face, whatever you want to call me. But here's my haul and I'm excited about it. I'm going to start with the non-Morrigan or kind of whatever stuff from the thrift store. Awesome bottles. This one came with this giant cork. I think altogether these were $1, so that's perfectly awesome for me. I had to add these corks, which I just buy corks in bulk on Amazon when I see them. So yeah, why not? I love it, the whole thing. Yay, all the bottles, all the oils, all the herbs, all of the everything, keeping all the things that I love. And next, this is not, again, directly Morrigan related, but it's very Celtic-y, Morrigan-y to me. It's this silvery-ish kind of bowl thing with these stag heads on either side. Now the stag is not an animal that is generally associated with the Morrigan, but it is very prevalent in a lot of Celtic iconography and things like that. So I just thought this was badass. Again, like $1.50 at the thrift store. Hey, I am a 90s kid and I have no shame in going to the thrift store to find cool stuff. Alright, next thing. I love these things. I used to have one of these things with a handle on it, and I used it as a freaking purse. It's just a little cool little box. What I'm actually going to do with it is make some loose incense, not ground, but just going to take this to work, and when I need a little pick-me-up, just kind of shake it, open it, smell it, all around, and just use it in that way. Some people might use it for a spell box or something like that, but I don't like to use used things for spells necessarily. Like obviously I cleansed all this stuff, or if I haven't, I will. Did I? Thing to think about. Double cleansing doesn't hurt, so I will cleanse all of this stuff before actually using it for anything of my own. But I do want not like to actually use things for spell work that have been used. So these are mostly just going to be things I house things in or used to decorate. Like the stag bowl is probably just going to be decoration, loose incense, something like that. Another thing, not necessarily Morrigan related specifically, but what a cool thing this is. I think it's supposed to be a candle holder. Has the mercury glass kind of thing to it. There was only one. I am not going to drink out of it, again, because it has that thick kind of sound and feel to it that makes me think it's more decorative than anything. But I might put a tea lighter of votive in this, or loose incense, again, put some stones in it to put it on the altar, whatever. But I don't consider my altar spell work, so that's why I'd be cool with using something used. I consider it devotional. I think it's red, and I think it's majestic, and I think it's goddess-like, and I think it's Morrigan specific to me. Perfect. Alright, so now to the more Morrigan specific things that I have ordered. So I went on a rum-induced Etsy bender one night when I was finishing my 33 days with the Morrigan. Just so into that whole experience that I absolutely went on an Etsy bender. So the first one is from, I'm looking at my Etsy purchases list so I can tell you the right thing. It's Cherry Pie Art Stamps. The Morrigan. I freaked out because I love to use stamps on stuff. I will definitely be using this in my Book of Shadows. I may use in correspondence with witchy friends, stuff like this. But I just think it's badass. She's got a pentacle and she's got the Celtic knots, all the like woad type tattoo. She's holding a raven, super perfect. I love it. And here's what it looks like stamped. I hope you can see that it focuses properly. But I am in love with this thing from Cherry Pie Art Stamps. I love it. Sorry, had to answer the phone. It was my husband, and we're having some house issues with a particular room. Actually, the whole bottom floor of the house being flooded by a POS wash machine. And so we're having estimates done to replace all of the flooring. So he wanted to know if they had come yet. They have not, just so you know. Alright, so the next one, it's kind of a prayer card. almost. And I'm used to these from being raised super crazy Irish Catholic. You get a prayer card for a saint or an event, a person's funeral sometimes. So I got this one. It's from Weird Curiosities, and it's WYRD Curiosities on Etsy. Like I said, I'm going to put all the links in the video description to find these. And you probably aren't going to be able to see it, but it is the Morrigan, and she is holding a dude's head by its hair in her hand, and that is right up my warrior Morrigan aspect. And there's also a prayer on the back, a prayer to the Morrigan, and it says the prayer is written by G. Krasikova, and the art is by G. Palmer. So it has all of these people on the back that it's sponsored by. So this is obviously proprietary artistic stuff, so I'm not going to read the prayer. Plus it's kind of like I don't want to do it. I want to use the prayer and the card in the way that I want to use it for in my practice. But I think it's rad. It's dark, and the Morrigan has dark hair in it, which to me is important because that's how I see her. That's how she shows herself to me, and it's important to me to have that kind of imagery around me regarding the Morrigan. So here's another piece. I'm going to go in size order. And here's something that I would never have thought would have existed, but it is a Morrigan greeting card. I'm taking it out of the stuff here. Isn't that freaking beautiful? And again, it has a beautiful description, prayer kind of devotional thing on it. Obviously the crows and the moon in the background. It's very red and black, very color specific to the Morrigan. And now there's nothing inside, it's a blank card. And I am actually going to frame this because I don't personally know any other Morrigan devotees, and even though I follow several on YouTube and on like blogs and stuff like that, this is one for me. I am going to keep it and frame it, and if I ever send it to somebody, then I send it to them, but for now it's going to be part of my setup and practice. And that is from the Phantom Queen's Lab. And all of these things were super affordable because otherwise I wouldn't have bought so many. And so I think they're rad. And here is kind of the big badass thing that I just love. It is a Morrigan art print, and it is from Sacred Path Art on Etsy. And fan-fucking-tastic. I love it. She has the woad art on her face, which is a way that I see the Morrigan covered in woad tattoos. The sword and the torque necklace and just the crows, the fall color sky in the background with the trees with no leaves on it. This speaks to me on so many levels. The brown hair, the dark eyes. It speaks to me on a level that says, this is your goddess. This is your Morrigan. This is the way you see her, and this is a way that you can embody, not embody, but keep her image in your home, not only your mind. Because I cannot draw. I cannot paint. I cannot even use Photoshop without a great deal of difficulty for work. I like things where it says, hey, you want a square? Here's a square. Put it there. Make that size you want. Okay, yay. That's how I like to do design of any kind. So I am not opposed to paying for someone else's art that resonates with me. Alright, so here's another thing. Sorry for the close-up. That's not exactly Morrigan specific, but this is green obsidian. And I found this in a little local witchy shop that I go to every once in a while. It's not local, really. It's about an hour away from me. But everything's an hour away when you're not just going to the mall. And I know that green obsidian is not one that is necessarily associated with the Morrigan, but it is associated with warriors and battle, particularly in South America. I recently watched a show. It's on the Travel Channel in America. I don't know where else it's on. It's called Expedition Unknown, and it's a guy that kind of goes around. He's got an archaeology background. He also has experience hosting creepy shows, and he just goes through all these mysteries of history and mysteries. That's a different show. Goes through all these historical mysteries and kind of tries to follow the archaeology to either solve them, get more information, whatever. And he recently did something on a South American society and culture that mined this, and this was their thing. Like, this was their sole source of major revenue and how they traded and dominated the continent for many, many hundreds of years. And so I saw this, I was like, ooh, green aventurine, warriors, on it, love it. And so I'm not using it for anything in particular right now. I'm waiting till it kind of tells me what to use it for. And because of the fact that it was kind of a cash situation for these people, a trade situation, and that it's green, I might use it in some money spells, money magic that I need to be doing because of the flooding situation. So that's probably how I'll use it next, and then clear it and use it again, you know, in another way. All right, so also on this Morrigan Etsy bender, I finally did something that I've been meaning to do forever when I had enough money, was to order something from Starry-Eyed Supplies from Joey Morris, probably one of the most well-known Morrigan following pagans on YouTube. And so this is what I ordered. This is let me get the actual name right. And she packages everything so cute. Obviously crow stamp, crow wax stamp, and then crow on the inside, glitter everywhere, it's great. Hold on. God, nobody will leave me alone today, kids included. All right, so this is the Starry Pillar Blade over Shield for Morrigan protection. It just feels like love. Just feels like Morrigan love, like somebody watching over you, just somebody feeling you, what you need, feeling what you want out of your, oh, my cat's in here, I had no idea. And it's, I don't even know how to describe it. It has this really dark kind of crimson base, as in something's on the bottom, all the way on the bottom, that's different from what's right here, which is a little bit of a different color, and then the glitter on top. And it really does have a very protective energy. It is a protective as in I've got your back, but I'm also going to, oh, my electricity just went out. But I'm also going to make you do your part to protect yourself. So it has that energy, and I love this. I cannot wait to burn it and use it. Electricity back on, crazy. I cannot wait to use it, and in my protection practice of myself, my family, my roller derby team. Now my printer's gonna make a bunch of noise because it came back on. Anyway, so I ordered my candle. That's the only thing I actually ordered from Joey Morris from Starry-Eyed Supplies right after the Brexit happened, which was a huge deal for the United Kingdom, for England, and a huge deal for world economics and world politics. And Joey Morris made a very upset kind of video about it, feeling very upset and worried about her country, about her business, about all of the stuff that the Brexit entailed. And she felt very strongly about it, and that I ordered this candle right then because, like, you know what, I'm going to support her, because she had gotten some really crappy, shitty messages from people. I will never support you. I will never support your racist country. Whatever it was they said to her, and I was like, fuck that. I live in a country where Donald Trump may get elected president in November, and I have 3 Etsy shops. One of them is witchy centered, and 2 of them are jewelry-ish, kind of crafty things. And I would hope that nobody would hold their funds, you know, hostage from me because I live in a country that happened in. And then my card runs out of space, my SD card. Seriously, why is this is supposed to be like a cute little haul video? Why is everything happening right now? Okay, so like I said, I would not want anyone to hold the, excuse me, you don't walk on the altar. This is Loki. She is bad. But she's also so sweet. She's not my familiar, but my familiar is probably hiding because my kids are home and she's not about them. She was here first, so she's not interested. Anyway, but Loki Doki, she's funny. She's a funny black cat that likes to walk all over the things she's not supposed to walk on, such as cats do. Alright, so I would not want anyone to judge my work, my Etsy location, the place that I have to ship from. By what some other people in my country voted for. So I decided to support Starry Eyed Supplies at that point when I had a little bit of extra money to do so. And I even wrote on her Facebook post about this, you know what, I just placed an order. I don't want you to think that everyone in the world is like that. And I hope the same thing doesn't happen to me if there's a Trump presidency come the end of this year. So she sent me an extra little votive gift, and it's so fantastic, and I need to go watch the video that she's posted about this. I'm sure she has. It is called a Holy Priestess votive, and again, it is glitter on the bottom. It's probably glitter all throughout because it's on the side and everything. Black in color. You can see herbs. You can see pieces of all kinds of awesome little stuff in there, and again, glitter, 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 yay! So I'm super excited about these. Alright, and now I'm going to show you something that somebody made me, and I think it's the coolest thing in the world. So, they're weird, but they're cool. They look like little picnic tables, and what they are is you kind of, they're for an altar or something like this, and you kind of put what's most important on top, what's secondary here, and then what's tertiary, you know, third most important can go down in front. And that's what I'm going to use them for anyway. And so obviously my statue of the Morrigan is probably going to go up here. A couple of amethyst, maybe my offerings, because I have an Irish whiskey offering right now, as well as some quartz crystals that I actually dug myself from the ground in a gem mine in the mountains of Virginia on a little bit of a weekend excursion not too long ago. And then this one will have more crystals, maybe the place where I place my candles. And then on the third level, maybe more crystals, maybe my devotional card, maybe some other kind of stuff, incense burner, whatever, down on the actual altar cloth. And I think they're super rad. A friend of mine made these for me, and I think they're awesome. It's just like they just carved the wood and made the things and stained it, and it's held together with like little staples or whatever, but I don't give a crap. It's awesome. And it kind of will bring a little bit of height and change the look of my altar space somewhat. And I think it's super cool. And this I just bought today on a whim. I was in a bead shop because, like I said before, I have a couple of Etsy shops where I sell jewelry. I was in a bead shop and I saw this in the clearance bin. This is labradorite and citrine or smoky quartz on top. It's kind of yellowish, so I can't exactly tell, but it doesn't have that crystally glittery look like most citrine stones have. But you know, Joey Morris has talked about Joey Morris. I'm like super weirdo obsessed right now with Joey Morris, and all of her meditations she's been putting up are like up my alley. Anyway, so she also has said that she tends to use labradorite within the Morrigan, and I don't know why I do. Why she does in particular is probably just a feeling for her, like it is for me. But for me, labradorite has that rainbow quality that opal has, and that some moonstones can have, and I love those stones. I wear those stones. I use those stones. Well, not opal because it's hella expensive. But moonstone and opal have that white, pure opal anyway. Fire opal is different. Black opal, whatever. They have that white light kind of feeling to me. And to me, the labradorite is kind of the shadow version of that. It's kind of the the darker aspect, and I know so many Morrigan followers that are on YouTube and I also hate the dark goddess, but sometimes that is the only way to describe the Morrigan's energy. I kind of prefer to think of the goddess Morrigan as more of a realist as opposed to dark. She's a realist. She gets how the world works, and a lot of her followers and her devotees get how the world works as well. You cannot have a rainbow unless there's been rain. And you cannot have a rainbow unless, in my case, in the Mid-Atlantic, you can't have a rainbow unless it has been a violent thunderstorm. The dark sky of a thunderstorm, it reminds me of Labradorite. They remind me of each other. And then you get the rainbow afterwards. You get the best of both worlds with this stone, and I relate it to Morrigan in that way. In that you get the best of both worlds. You get her support, you get her love, you get her teaching, you get her guidance, but you also got to do the work. You also have to do it yourself. You cannot just thumb through it and just say, Mother, help me, and it happens. You've got to do your own part. You've got to make an effort, and this is why all of the Morrigan devotees that I follow on YouTube or read online or read their books, read their whatever, seem so strong. And even the ones that go through terrible things, they still get up in the morning, they do their shit, and they get it together, and then they make a video about it and help the rest of us. So this is my new jewelry find. I've been wearing an amethyst for some time now, and I think it's time to switch to this one because I'm getting ready to have kind of a rough fall. Money wise and everything else. So yes, just everything else. Everything's always tough in the fall for me for some reason. Even though it's my absolute favorite season, it's always tough for me. So I'm really gonna have to witch through it, and I love to have a piece of devoted or devotional jewelry to help me out. This is just my Morrigan legit. No, it's my Morrigan ring that is my devoted piece of jewelry, but I feel like if I can put this on my altar, which I'm going to do tonight, and kind of devote this as well. This is going to be kind of like my hard luck jewelry. Like if something's going bad, I can put this on and it'll help me witch on through it. Alright, so there's my very first haul video. It was quite a haul. Everything from a piece of sale jewelry to kissing Joey Morris's ass to boosting a bunch of Etsy shops other than my own, and hitting up the thrift store, and something that a dear friend made for me. So that's it. And now I gotta go do a carpet estimate.